Hi guys, how are you? So I've got a question here to do with the binomial expansion. I did a class on this the other day, but I'm going to run through this anyway. Okay, so you're asking this question here. So it says here, find the coefficient of x cubed in the binomial. So there's a couple of parts to this question. So really what it's asking is, we always have to look at what they're asking us here. So the coefficient of x cubed. So first of all, we need to figure out which one of these is going to be x cubed, and then what the coefficient of that is. Okay, so we're just going to go on. So it's 3 minus 2x to the power 7. So what we're dealing with here is 3 minus 2x to the power 7. Okay, now, we know from the binomial expansion there's going to be 7 choose 0 plus 3 to the power 7 minus 2x to the power 0. Okay, that's the way, and so on. Okay, so there's no x here, but there is here. So minus 2x would have to be to the power 3, because that will give me minus 8x cubed. So that's where your x to the power of 3 comes from. So if that's going to be minus 2x cubed, that means the 3 would have to be 4, because it's 4 and 3 have to add to give me 7. So then that means that's going to be 7 choose 3, because it's 3 to the power 7, 3 to the power, which is 7 choose 0. So if you just look at the list, look, so 7 choose 0 is 3 to the power 7 minus 2x to the power of 0. So these always match. So if that's the power of 3, then that's one. Because look, if it was 7 choose 1, 3 to the power 6 minus 2x to the power of 1. And that's the pattern binomial expansion follows. So you can see here, so that's 3, so therefore that's going to be 3. So with that in mind, what I can do now is, I can very simply go and do this. Okay, let's get a calculator here. And I can do 7 choose 3, which is 35, times 3 to the power of 4, which is 2,835, times minus 8. So it's going to be minus 22,680 x cubed. That's just multiplying that out. So therefore the coefficient of x cubed is minus 22,680. That's what there is to that one there. Okay, so that's a fairly straightforward to start us off. Now, the next one we're looking at is as follows. There's a little bit more to this. So just a little bit of a knack to this one here. So you've got x minus 2x squared to the power of 9. So it's x minus 2 over x squared to the power of 9. Now, what you have to remember here is, so you can play around with this. So the first one here, the first term is going to be 9 choose 0, x to the power of 9, minus 2 over x squared to the power of 0. So that's going to be 1, so you've got x to the power of 9. The second one will be 9 choose 1 times x to the power of 8 minus 2 over x squared to the power of 1. If you multiply that out, that would be minus 2 over x squared. X to the power of 8 all over x squared is going to get me x to the power of 6. But you have to remember, it's x to the power of 3 is the coefficient we're looking for. Okay, so let's look at the next one. So you'd have 9 choose 2. Don't worry about that. X to the power of 7. And you're going to have minus 2x squared squared. Now, if I multiply this out, just watch this. Minus 2 over x squared is equal to 4 over x to the power of 4. So x to the power of 7 times 4 over x to the power of 4 gives me 4 x to the power of 3. Because x to the power of 7 over x to the power of 4 gives me x to the power of 3. That's one of the roots of indices. So this is the one I'm going to use here. So now we just need to work out, that's 4. So what's 9 choose 2? So 9 choose 2 is equal to 36 times 4. So that's going to equal 144 x to the power of 3. So the coefficient of x cubed is 144. And we did that one there. So again, look, so I had to figure out which, because each one of these, so the n to the power of 0 is 1, so that's going to leave me with x to the power of 9. The coefficient of that is 1. This one here, x to the power of 8, because 8 plus 1 is 9. That's the binomial expansion. And remember, you're just dealing with the terms. So you fill each one of these in here. So minus 2x squared, power of 1. That gets me x to the power of 6. But remember, the question is, look, the question is x, the coefficient of x cubed. Now, following the next one, that is 9 choose 2. X to the power 7, because you're reducing the power each time, increasing it this side. So if I multiply that out, I get 4x cubed. That multiplied out is 4x cubed. 4x cubed to 9 choose 2 is 144x cubed, so the coefficient is that. Okay, and then the last one then is as follows. So the last question we had was the binomial expansion of x plus 2x. Now I'm just going to actually leave this here, okay? So, and I'm going to write in this page here. So, it's written in decreasing powers of x. That's just telling you what the binomial expansion is. If the fourth term is less than the fifth term, right? So that's like saying T4 is less than T5. Now, find a condition on x. This is all language. So I look at this question and I think, right, fourth term is less than fifth term. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what the fourth term is, what the fifth term is, and I'm going to set an inequality up. Because an inequality is a condition. If you think of a condition, x is greater or equal to them, or x is less than or equal to. So that's what a condition means. But you throw that word in there and it confuses you. So I'm going to get T4. So the fourth term would be, so you have to remember the first term is 11 choose 0, 11 choose 1, 11 choose 2, 11 choose 3. So this is T4. 11 choose 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, that's going to be x to the power of 8, 2 over x cubed. How do I know that? Because it's always this one here matches with that one there. Right, so I get 11 choose 3, it's 165. 2 cubed is 8, so that's going to be times 8, so that's 1320. X to the power of 8 all over, because when you multiply them, it's divided by x cubed, it's going to be x to the power of 5. So that's T4. Now we'll do T5. So again, T5. 11 choose 0, 11 choose 1, 11 choose 2, 11 choose 3, 11 choose 4. So that's going to be x to the power of 7 times 2 over x to the power of 3. So let's multiply this out. So 2 cubed is, no sorry, that's 2 to the power 4, sorry. No, that's 16. 11 choose 4 times 16, 5280. Do your numbers then allow it. X to the power 7 all over x to the power 4 is x to the power 3. So now look, I have got two terms. Okay, now what you're going to say is, it says here, term 4 is less than term 5. So I can say that 1320 x to the power 5 is less than 5280 x cubed. Dividing both terms by x cubed, I get 1320 x squared is less than 5280. So x squared is less than, so 5280 divided by 1320 is 4. So x squared is less than plus or minus 2, but it says x is a positive real number. Sorry, x is less than. So it's a plus or minus 2, so x has to be less than 2, positive whole number. That's the condition, x is less than 2. So that's 10 questions there. 3 really good questions, could easily come up in an exam, well worth knowing. Alright, thanks guys.